Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sharon, and when I'm not working full-time as an audit graduate or studying to become a chartered accountant, I make videos relating to all things beauty. My passion is especially in beauty on a budget. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, I would love for you to consider subscribing to my channel. Today we are going to be talking right on the topic of beauty on a budget, and I'm going to be hauling my Priceline 50% off makeup sale. I'm so excited for this. I had a $100 gift card that I'd been saving for months, and I was just waiting for the sale to come so I could use it. Everything from the sale came to the total of $190, and I had the $100 gift card plus a $5 bonus for my birthday, so I only ended up paying about $70 for all the items that I got. Priceline 50% off sale is still running from this Wednesday the 17th of June to Friday the 19th of June. I'm going to speed edit this so that I can get this up by Thursday. I might stay up all night just to edit it because I really want to get it up for you guys. Again, I have not hauled makeup since the last time that the sale was on, and even then I only bought a few things. The largest haul that I've done was probably a few years ago. I've been on a low buy and sort of panning my makeup and using what I have, so I was really excited to haul this time because I wanted to use my gift card and I really wanted to try Makeup Revolution. Anyways, let's go right into it, and I'll show you guys the first two things that I got. I also did try out a lot of these products on my face, and I have another video coming up soon on my channel which will be a face full of first impressions and a full face of Priceline makeup video. So the first thing that I purchased from Priceline is the Makeup Revolution palette. This is the collaboration done with Roxxsaurus, and it's called the Roxxsaurus Ride or Die eyeshadow palette. Now, I don't actually know who this YouTuber is. I'm so sorry, I'm sure she's cool, but I saw the palette and I was just stunned by how gorgeous it is. First of all, look at that packaging. It's a reflective champagne gold with pink, which just screams my name. That's the back of the palette there. It looks extremely high-end and luxe, even though it is a little bit plasticky. Usually with cheaper palettes, you'll find them in like clear plastic. And when I open it, let me just show you guys how amazing that color selection is. Look at that. I don't own any palettes like this, and I was attracted by that pop of aqua, which you see that I've put underneath my waterline. I use this palette to create the eye look that I have, and I will insert clips of me applying it. My overall first impressions of this palette is that I am just blown away and stunned by the quality of Makeup Revolution. I had heard so many good things, but I was just so shocked when I used it because I didn't think that drugstore eyeshadows could be that good. These are my first drugstore eyeshadows that I've ever bought. I loved how they were pigmented enough to the point where you could really build them up, and they were actually very creamy and blendable. I've had a lot of issues recently with my Morphe 350 warm palette that I've used in my videos, and some of the other eyeshadows that I've been using in my videos recently, and when I use this palette, I felt like you could really get it to be pigmented. You know, if you used an eye primer and the right base and you packed on the color, you could really build that up. There is a little bit of fallout, kickback, but honestly, when isn't there with any eyeshadow palette? I honestly really loved it. I'm raving about it. I can't say enough good things about it. If you have to try a palette from Makeup Revolution, I mean, just look how stunning that is, and like it actually has a mirror, and it looks expensive. Like, come on, look at that. You can see my phone. But yeah, I'm just in love with it. The shimmers, I do have to say, aren't the most pigmented. The mattes are amazing, they blend beautifully, but there is an easy way to get around that, and I will show you guys how I do that in my face full of first impressions video. All you have to do is just basically get some sort of sticky glitter gel base and just wet your eyeshadow brush, and that's pretty much it. And to be honest, when I'm using shimmers in general, I'll always wet my eyeshadow base, and I'll always use a sticky base so that I can get the maximum color payoff and make it look like a foiled wet sheen eyeshadow. So really easy way to get around that. This is probably one of my favorite palettes that I've bought to date, and I have a few, so absolutely love. I also grabbed another palette. This one is the SOPHX collaboration with Revolution. Again, the packaging is kind of similar to before, but instead of the reflective gold, you have the gold in the signature and just that light peach, light pink color. I really like the packaging of it. It is different to the other palette where you could actually see the names of the eyeshadow palettes, whereas this, the names are on this sheet and then you just have the eyeshadows. I really love the color selection that is there. There's a nice range of shimmers and mattes, and it definitely screams my name. You know how much I love my warm pinks, purples, and I'm trying to experiment with color, so there are a few pops of color there, and I really like how there's a great selection of mattes so that you can put a lot of these shimmers on the lid. I also really love how you've got that mirror there. I'll be definitely trying this out and making some tutorials on it, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Third and the last eyeshadow palette I purchased is from Australis. This is the Beach Days eyeshadow palette. I'm sure you guys can tell a theme. I'm kind of obsessed with that pop of green or aqua plus some neutral shades. So the 3 palettes that I got, they're kind of pretty much the same shades, and I probably could have gotten a different palette, but I don't know, I just really love them and I just want to see how they work. And you can never have too many eyeshadow palettes. I did try this reflective aqua shade with flecks of gold in it, and I did apply it on top of that aqua shade from that palette, and so far it's okay. I haven't tried the rest of the palettes. I will make some videos on these palettes. I'm not going to swatch them for you guys today. Then definitely follow my Instagram and I will be doing that if you guys want me to do that. I just want to get this video up, and swatching can take a really long time, and I don't really care much for eyeshadow swatches. I think it's more important how they wear on your eyes. The next product that I purchased is from Makeup Revolution again. All of Makeup Revolution was 30% off. It wasn't 50% off, but I figured that was better than no discount at all. So I purchased their blush palette. Unfortunately, because of Priceline stickering and ticketing of their security, it ripped off, but the name of this palette is Sugar and Spice, and I did use this palette today. I mixed the peach and shimmery reflective pink with flecks of kind of light purple onto my cheeks. It is extremely pigmented. The color payoff is great. Make sure you don't apply too much and you blend it out. Overall, I really love it. If you want me to do swatches, then let me know and I can do some and pop it on my Instagram for you guys. But again, I want to make this video quick, and if I swatched it, it would take forever. The next few items that I purchased are all the same product but in different shades. I picked up 4 of the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Super Size Concealers. I heard that this was a dupe for the Shape Tape, and one of my good friends, Emma, who is an amazing makeup artist, I'll drop her Instagram down below, recommended these products. I've seen a lot of talk about it being a dupe. I picked up the shade C1, and this is the shade that I used as a primer and base for my eyeshadows, and that worked out great and really helped to make the eyeshadows pigmented. Actually, there was a point where I forgot to apply this as a base to one of my eyes, and then I realized when I take that eyeshadow off and then I apply the eyeshadow using the base, and you can see how much of a difference it makes. So I'll insert that clip for you guys just over here. I also used it to cut the crease and it worked really good. I did notice, however, that when applying these concealers, it is a better idea to actually blend them with your finger. I did apply it to one eye with a brush, and after I applied it with the brush, it just really clung onto my dry patches. I don't know if it mixed in with like the fibers or the dust particles of the brush, but it made my eye look like I had eczema. So then I took it off and I applied it again, and as soon as I applied it with my fingers, it blended out great. I also picked up the shade C6.5. Now, when I was in the Priceline store, I wanted something that was a few shades lighter than my skin tone so I could use as a highlighting concealer, and this was a shade that was recommended by the staff member. Unfortunately, when I did try it in my videos, you'll see it was so light. It almost, honestly, to me, was not that much different from the C1 that I put on my eyes. It is way too light for me. I'll obviously still use it as a highlighter, but I would have preferred getting something a bit lighter. And C8.5, when I tried it out, I used the Temptalia Foundation Matrix, and this was supposed to be my face shade, apparently, but it is way too light. And if anything, this should be my highlight concealer shade, but I have it now, so I'm gonna have to use it. The last shade that I grabbed was C14, and this is for my contour shade, and I did use it today and that worked out great. Overall, I'm quite pleased with the Makeup Revolution concealers. The only thing I'm disappointed about is the shade range, as I mentioned, but I think that's more me not being able to use the testers in store. If anyone has good recommendations of any shades that might be for my skin tone, which is an olive yellow based undertone, then please do let me know, and I'm excited to keep trying them out. I do like the formula and how they work, but again, I'll have to test them out throughout the day to see how they last. The next item that I got is from Australis. This is the Australis 4-in-1 Conceal and Correct. So I did use this today to conceal and correct. I have actually bought this before, so this is a repurchase, and I bought this years and years ago. I can't remember if I finished it, I can't remember what happened to it, I can't remember how much I liked it, but I do remember that it wasn't terrible to the point where I did not want to repurchase it again. This is probably the most affordable color corrector that I could find at Priceline. It comes with a green shade and a purple shade and some salmon shades. According to this, the orange shades are actually skin tone concealers, which is just ridiculous because there is no universal skin tone. I did follow the instructions, which was to use the purple underneath the eyes to cover dark circles, and then I did put that corresponding salmon shade on top to correct it, and similar to the green, I used that on my redness and then used that salmon shade paired with the green on top, and then I put my foundation, and I felt like that corrected quite well. I was pleased with how smooth and creamy the products were. They were not dry for cream products, and they were really soft and they blended well, and I'm quite pleased with it. The next two products are actually the same product, and it is the Australis Fresh and Flawless Foundation. Me being stupid, this is what I did. Let me tell you my little story. So this morning at 8:30, right on the dot before starting work, I went into Priceline, bought all my stuff, had trouble finding my foundation shades because again, there were no testers. You had to get the staff member to swatch it on a white piece of paper for you. I initially picked up the shades Naked something. I picked up two different shades that weren't the shades that I had. Anyways, went home, everything was hunky-dory, and then I looked up on the Australis website these foundations, and I saw that you could actually put in your foundation shade in other foundations and it would tell you the foundation that you would be in that products. So I did that, and the website told me that the shade was golden beige. So then I drove back to the shops on my lunch break from work, and I went and I exchanged those two different shades, and I thought, wouldn't it be a great idea to buy two shades of the same foundation instead of two different shades so I could mix them if they were different. They were the last two foundation shades, and I think I freaked out because I was hyping it up to be really good, and turned out, well, they weren't good and they weren't going to be the last ones. As you'll see from the first impressions video that I'm going to put up, I did not have a good time with this foundation, and to put it lightly, it sucked. I was really disappointed. I really wanted it to work for me. I haven't opened this one, thankfully, so I'm going to return it for something else. But yeah, I don't know if it's because of my skin playing up today. Normally my skin is oily combination, like I really do get oily and shiny here. But today, this foundation was clinging onto my dry patches. I have so many dry patches, like I would be uncomfortable going out with my face makeup. I'm in the studio lighting, so you can't really see it, but I'll show you guys the clips of where you can see the dry patches. And yeah, I was just really disappointed, and also disappointed in the fact that the website told me to pick up the shade and said it was my perfect match when it is orange, like super orange. It blends okay, and I did make it work, but it really is orange, and I really prefer my undertone is definitely more of an olive, so I was disappointed in that. This is, yeah, the only thing from my haul so far that I'm just not happy with, and I was really hoping the foundation was going to be good because I heard so many good reviews. I do know that this foundation is super matte and it is suitable for oily skin, so maybe you need to be on the oily side and not oily combination where you even have the lightest amounts of dry skin. Again, I am gonna try this foundation again a few more times to see if it works. I'm not going to give up after one go. I'm going to make sure I do some exfoliation. I'm going to try using it with a beauty blender because I did use brushes. I'm going to try using it with a primer because I also didn't use a primer. So it could be all those things. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on that one. But this one unfortunately didn't work for me when I tried it just now. The next things I picked up are some more concealers. These are the L'Oreal Infallible Concealers, and I picked up the shade 331 Latte and 326 Vanilla. I picked up the vanilla as a highlighting shade, and the 331 Latte is supposedly meant to be my face shade. I got the staff member to help me, but again, this is going to be like a Russian roulette. I don't know how well it's going to go. I haven't tried these yet. These are unopened because I did try on the Makeup Revolution concealer instead. But interestingly, when I was asking for help on the Makeup Revolution concealers, the staff member who was helping me, I asked her if she had ever used those Revolution concealers, and she said yes, but they did crease on her, so then she suggested this concealer instead and said that it was a dupe for Shape Tape. So I'm thinking these concealers could be very similar to the Makeup Revolution, and I will totally do a video comparing the L'Oreal Infallible and the Revolution and the Shape Tape, because I do have those. So I'll let you guys know how it goes, but at the moment I haven't tried these yet. The next product that I picked up is the Australis Fresh and Flawless powder. This is in the shade Natural. Again, I picked up the shade because I went onto the Australis website, I put in the foundation shade that I was, and it told me that I was in Natural, even though they have other darker shades. I don't know, this powder it's a really good powder, but the shade range is just shit. There are so many light shades. They have like the deepest tan shade, and it looks as light as this. They're all just really light, and that's something that they really need to change, Australis. So I'll just insert a picture and show you guys. This Natural shade is way too light for me. I don't know why the website said that I was in this shade. I normally pick up deep tan, but they have changed the formula and packaging, and I haven't bought it in a couple of years, so I forgot what shade I was in. But other than that, the formula is really great. I did apply it onto my face, and I feel like with powder you can still get away with it even though it's a little bit lighter than your face. Luckily that foundation was kind of orange, so it sort of counterbalanced and lightened up my face a little bit so that it wasn't that orange. Yeah, this powder is a repurchase. I've probably bought about 3 or 4 in my lifetime so far. It is a total dupe to the MAC Studio Fix press powder, which I have right here, and I am in the shade NC35. I mean, I guess the powders look a little bit similar, but the NC35 is a little bit darker. But yeah, they're total dupes, super full coverage foundation, blends like a dream, and is long lasting. So I love those. The last 2 products that I bought were from Models Prefer, some pencil eyeliners. I'll talk about this one first. This is the powder pencil eyeliner in the shade dark brown. I use this to line my top waterline, and I also did use it to do a really soft smudged out wing for this eye look that I'm wearing. I really like the formula. I will swatch it for you guys. Here it's extremely creamy, although one thing that I did notice while wearing it is that the pencil sort of broke, so I don't think you can sharpen it too hard, otherwise it will break. I really like how the pencil feels. The packaging is really nice. The next one that I picked up is a retractable infinite color eye pencil. Now this one is another shining star from this haul that I was so surprised with, that I love, but I swatched it earlier. Let me just re-swatch it again for you guys. So that is the pencil, and it honestly looks like it could just be a shimmery eyeshadow. Like, look at that. It definitely glides on. It's a metallic eyeliner, and I actually did use it to draw that line that you see in my cut crease, that glitter line. This is actually this pencil. Normally I would use a glitter liner or something, but this just works amazingly. It is so buttery, so creamy, so smooth, and I'm honestly just so shocked and so surprised, and this has become just like an unknown favorite. I don't know how long it lasts, but it applies amazingly and is so smooth. You can see it for yourself, and yeah, just look at that. That's the swatch there, and I feel like this would be so great to apply on your lids. You can apply that and then put a shimmer shade on top, and it will just brighten it, especially with how creamy it is. I really love Models Prefer for their eyeliners. I have bought their retractable black kohl eyeliner. Definitely going to pick up more of these in a different color shade. So yeah, that one was amazing. I'm just checking my bag. No, that's everything. So that is everything that I picked up in the Priceline 50% off sale. Let me know down in the comments below what you picked up or what you are thinking of picking up. I would love to know. And if you've tried any of these products, let me know your thoughts as well. I would absolutely love to know it. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day or night or afternoon to watch this video. I hope you guys are keeping well, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.